I'm Vicky Hwang. I'm a OBGYN at Valley Medical Center. 我叫 Vicky Hwang， 我是 Valley Medical Center 的一位妇产科医生。Me llamo Vicky Hwang, soy obstetra y ginecóloga con Valley Medical Center. What brought me to OBGYN was being able to take care of women in some of the most important and impactful moments of their lives. So whether that's delivering their baby or taking care of their pregnancy care or helping them through some of their most intimate problems as far as their women's health goes, I consider it a great privilege and one that I don't take lightly. I think my favorite parts of my job are the fact that I get to learn so much while I'm on the job. Of course, on the medical side, I get to learn a lot of biology and I get to learn a lot about science and the way the body works and the way different medications and such work. But also I really like to learn about my patients. I like to know, what's important to them, what are their goals in their care, and what are their priorities, and what are the different factors in their family life or in their own personal lives that are kind of affecting their health in whatever way that might be. So I love learning about kind of both aspects and being able to bring that together. So a patient's support system is hugely important to their care. So from the very beginning, the first time I meet someone, I always want to know who is your support system, whether that's your family members or your chosen family. I want to know who's going to be there with you at the time of delivery, who's going to be there with you when you're there for your surgery, who's going to be taking you to or from the hospital. All of these things are really important in anyone's care, in anyone's life, of course. So these are all things that I want to know right away. And then if they're there with you during the visit, then even better. Outside of work, I love hanging out with my husband and my dog. Love taking my dog out on walks, love going on hikes with him. And then just on my own, I also love to paint and play piano. What I really appreciate about Valley is the team-based approach to everything. Whether that's here in the office or in the hospital or like on labor and delivery or if it's in the operating room, we're always a team. So that means besides us physicians, there's also nurses. We also have nurse practitioners. There's anesthesia. There's all of our MAs. We all kind of work together to try to figure out what is the best course for each patient. The way I approach taking care of patients, I try to understand what's most important for them. So for some people, that's being able to stay out of the hospital so they can spend more time with their families. For some people, I just want a healthy baby and I want a healthy delivery. And trying to understand what are each person's goals and each person's values, and trying to approach each situation differently and trying to find exactly what works best for that one person. So I like to try to talk to all my patients about all the different options that are out there and tell them about what are the pros and cons of each, and that way they can kind of decide for themselves which approach is best for them.